All right, here he is, Dennis Sabatini, lifelong friend, of course, Hopewell, and rather appropriate because he's got a whole lot of love for that Bruno Sammartino, Carol Sammartino Foundation. Bruno, of course, for many years, the World Wrestling undisputed champion from Shaler, Pennsylvania. And tomorrow night, it's Taste the Good Life, all to make people aware of what this foundation is about. Larry, Richard, and I are going to be in Latrobe, Pennsylvania tomorrow night for my broadcast, 7 until 10 p.m. And I just talked to, a few hours ago, Dominic Danucci, who lives in Freedom, Pennsylvania, and he's going to be there tomorrow night, so you're going to hear from him. But the legacy of Bruno Sammartino, pretty incredible.
It really is. You know, his son, Daryl, wanted to give back and to really prolong the legacy of Bruno and Carol Sammartino. And so what he's doing is creating this foundation to help homeless and hungry people throughout Western Pennsylvania and beyond. And it couldn't be a better cause. You know, Bruno had such a terrible childhood, fleeing from the Nazis. His mother would scavenge through the woods and through towns trying to find whatever she could to feed her kids. And Bruno knows the feeling of hunger, and Daryl wants to eradicate hunger in Dad and Mom's name.
I want to talk about another great Italian who you're very familiar with, the Diagardi family. So I'm heading in today to do the broadcast of Shale Insight. And there he is in his 9th decade, looking better than 10 movie stars, as the sun is coming up, standing in the Allegheny Technology parking lot, watching over some construction workers, the great Vince Diagardi, and of course his son John, his grandchildren, Rome Monument, Rome Inspirations. These are the people, the backbone of this region that really are so important to all of us who have some Italian in our blood, and he happens to be one right here, Mike Pugliano and his family. But Bruno Sammartino was a legend for all of us to look up to, right?
Absolutely. I can still remember as a young boy watching Ringside Rosie and Bill Cardille on Saturday nights.
Trainer.
Oh my goodness! Who can? American, right?
Yeah.
All right. But tell Mr. Vince, because I love him dearly.
Me too.
You never take marble for granted.
That's an inside joke, folks. He's in the monument business. Listen, I got to ask you before I let you go. This election, forget about Democrat or Republican. It's about creating jobs. And I was at the Shale Insight today, and of course we're talking about the Shell petrochemical plant. Explain to the audience why, when they cast their ballot to vote, they've got to look at the big picture, right?
You really do. There's so much hate in the world. What we have to focus on more than anything is literally helping each other. And so whether it's the employer or the employee, what's good for one is good for the other. And you have to think first of jobs. You have to think of, frankly, your 401k and what it's done, with the exception of today. And you have to look forward to a variety of different things that benefit the general public. Put your feelings aside. Vote with your brain, not with your heart.
Yeah, he's talking about the Dow Jones fell 600 points today, but it's just a little blip on the radar, and Mr. Meredith says static on the radio, sooner or later it's going to clear up. So you got to stay positive, and all of the headlines that you've been reading about and hearing about, you just have to remember this: united we stand, divided we fall. Whether you're a Democrat or Republican, we're in this together, and the idea is about moving this country forward, and I think that the industry of Marcellus Shale is doing that every day, very evident here in our region with the Shell petrochemical plant. Dennis, thank you.
Thank you, Ron.
Always good to run into old friends, folks. All right, we'll be back talking some NFL next at J.W. Hall Steak and Seafood in Hopewell Township.